Hi everybody, how are we all? I hope you're doing well. Strange week again, isn't it? But we're back here to give you some more ideas and inspiration for your paper craft and card making. So I'll say hello to everybody in a moment, but if you haven't joined us before, I'm Claire Manning from Thirsty Brush. I come here in the Stamps by Me studio, so thank you to Tony for letting me back again. And I come here on a Thursday live at 1 o'clock and Sunday for a pre-recorded show that goes out at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. So do subscribe and hit the bell and you will get notified of all of those uploads, and you will also get, of course, Tony's videos and Carly's videos from iMarla as well. Now she's doing those too. So let's see who we've got. Oh, Maxine said sound seems better today. Good, thank you so much. Do let us know if we have any problems. We do tinker with things. Nathan's here as well. So we do play around with things a little bit if we need to. So hello to everybody. Sorry if I missed anyone, but I can see Joe, Liam, May, Maxine, Linda, Enid. Hope your toe's getting better, Enid. Marilyn, Kathy, Liz, Selma, Kirsty, and everybody else. You know, it's great to see you here again. It's amazing that, you know, we can come here every week and every few days and do these lovely shows for you. So we do have another offer for you today. So another buy the stamp, get the die free, and it will be on the Hello Halo set. So again, on Stamps by Me website or the Thirsty Brush website, add the stamp set, which is A5, and you will get the coordinating 5x7 stamp set, die set that goes with it. So that's what I'll be using, but let me just show you so you know what it looks like if you're looking on the website. So it's one of our earlier releases, and it's a beautiful kind of oval wreath. So hand-drawn one again, an oval wreath, which can go on your A6, 5x7, mat and layer it up and do your larger cards as well. And you've got all these lovely flowers, bits of foliage. You have a smaller wreath too that's great for your tags or your envelopes and things like that. And then you have these extra bits which are the same kind of flowers that are in there that you can decoupage up if you like, or create backgrounds, things like that. Joan says, Mojo's gone. Oh, it happens to us all, me and Tony and Carly included, you know, it does happen to us all. But yeah, hopefully sometimes you just see something that sparks that interest again. So this is the die set that you get free. There are a couple of other bits that I think might have fallen out in my bag that go round a couple of extra. I'm sure it's 4 dies in total. But this is the 2 bits that I might use 1, maybe 2. So this is for the main larger wreath. And as always with my wreath ones, I tend to do the middle separate for you. So you can just do the outline if you like. You can take the middle out, which we're going to do today. And you've got just extra options. Jo says she thinks she's got this one in a goodie bag. Brilliant. So yeah, double check, Jo, and hopefully if you haven't used it yet, or I might be able to show you a different way. So the card I'm going to do today is actually inspired by Kerry on my design team. She is living it up in Greece at the moment. I can't remember which island she said, but yeah, she's having a lovely time in Greece. And she sent me a card for a new release. So you're kind of getting a sneaky peek as well of a floral stamp of this lovely blossom. But can you see those lovely colours she's used? I thought were really, really interesting, unique and different. So she's used like this bluey tealy colour card. So I've picked some it's not quite the same from my stash, but it's close enough to get the effect. Then she's used the coral red of the embossing powder. You can see that maybe from above. That's it, lovely. So I thought it was really interesting to use that on the blue and not something that you see very often. And then she's coloured in the petals to get that extra bit of shine with the gold confetti ink. So don't worry, of course, if you haven't got this stamp set or these particular things. It's really just to give you some ideas about thinking out the box in terms of your colour. and I did think as well it would work really well in the reverse. So if you had the blue powders or something like that, imagine like a blue if you did it on the pink then, and you could get the reverse in a different colour confetti ink, something like that. But yeah, just we all fall into a trap of using the same, our favourite colours, doing things on white, doing things on black, even craft card and things like that. So it's just about thinking about things a little bit different. Is Tracy okay? Oh, Tracy, I'm sorry to hear that you're still not feeling well. Sending you big, big virtual hugs. Oh dear, it's a tough time, isn't it, at the minute? So let's stamp the wreath onto this piece that I've pre-cut ready to a 5x7 card. And I'm going to stamp it and emboss it in that pink. So I'm going to butt it up to the bottom there so I can tell exactly when it's straight. So it's one nice big easy stamp. These kind of wreaths that we do really do make super easy stamps. Kind of want it to sit about 2/3 of the way up. And you can use this loads of different ways. So when I drew the design, it's with the biggest flower on the top right here, but you can use it any which way you like. Looks just as nice on the side or upside down, but I'm going to pop it there. So what did you all think? I was watching last night, I caught up on Tony's video with her invisible ink pad. Wasn't it absolutely amazing? Something completely different that I've never seen before, and really help you guys with all your watercolouring, won't it? In fact, the recording I've just done for you for Sunday is some watercolour painting and some stamps. So if you want some extra inspiration on that, make sure you tune in on Sunday at 1. So using my embossing luminosity ink. Hi Irene, don't worry about being late, and anybody else I might have missed. Oh Liz, your humongous pot of gold embossing powder. Yes, that should last you. Everyone was saying they were getting through it too quick, so it's great, isn't it, to have the big ones. So just got some scrap card just to collect the loose powder. So yeah, I really thought this blue on pink on blue would be really interesting. So anyone joining late, just to let you know, this stamp and die set is on one of our offers again. So put the stamp set in your in your basket, sorry, on the website, and you will get the coordinating die set free. I seem to be having a real problem under these lights with my embossing. I think it's drying out the ink too much, so that's not standing out as much as it normally does, but you should still get the effect. Let's heat set that. Oh Bernie, don't worry, if you have to go, you can catch up. Can you buy the confetti? So we're just waiting for the stock to come back. So it is being made at the moment. For the confetti paints. Oh, that pink is popping out now. It is a really fine detailed stamp, this. So once we add the confetti ink, the gold, it's going to start to bring that out even more. So let's grab some water and a little brush. I want quite a fine brush because these are quite small spaces to start colouring in. So just pop a little bit of water. If you've used these already or you have one or two colours or anything, you'll know that they water up really well. I find it useful to use the lid almost like a bit of a palette, and then I can get areas where it's really concentrated and areas where it's got loads more water, so I can use a combination of the two. So let's go into this large flower here. Just started to rain where you are, Liz. Yes, it's definitely feeling more like autumn, isn't it? So don't worry about when you look at these paints, when you first put them on, if they look a little bit uneven, it's just while they dry, and then all that lovely mica and that shine comes out. So I'm just going around the main petals. And if it's not too concentrated, your embossing powder will help it resist as well. Oh, you had some thunder as well. We haven't had any of that where we are, but got our main flower, and we can always go in with a second layer if we want it more concentrated. I'm going to go this flower over here. Do some of the leaves. And you'll notice the more it dries back and that water goes, it gets more even. You can start to see that as it dries, and more sparkly. Anyone else been up to anything exciting this week? We can't really do a whole lot, can we? Hi Janet, anyone else that's joined late? We've just had a giant lunch here at Stamps By Me, the whole team, so we're all feeling sleepy and like we could curl up after a big heavy lunch, but it was lovely. So we're not worrying like we do with normal watercolour, we're not worrying about light and shade or anything like that, just literally colouring in the design. And then by the time you've gone all the way around, your first bits that you did should be dry, and then you can decide whether you need to do a top up or add any other detail or anything like that. Just turning the page as I go. There's little berries in here. There's little leaves. And if you saw on my YouTube, sorry, not my YouTube, my Instagram and Facebook earlier, there was a little sneaky peek, a blurred out card that I made on my YouTube. The video for that will come out tomorrow to give you a bit of an idea of something that's coming new soon, some new designs. But I'll be telling you next week, keep an eye out on social media next week as well. I'll be doing like a Facebook Live and show you everything that's going to be on Create and Craft and confirm all the dates and times of the shows. So I'm going to go back in to this one here, just trying to make that a little bit more goldy. Yeah, sorry to tease, Joe. Going over some of the little stems. And any little gaps. And let's see if we can get some of the shine. There we go, look at that. So in the light there, you can really see that pink and the gold together. So I'm going to let that dry off for a second before die cutting out the centre. We're going to layer it up to add to that gold. We're going to layer it up with some gold card in the back. But let's, in the meantime, just get a sentiment ready while that's drying off. So let's try again, see if we can try again with that embossing. It just didn't stick as much powder as it normally does. And I don't know why, but it keeps doing that while I'm here. And that's why I think it might be the lights, because when I'm prepping all this back at home, it's not doing that. Let's try the pink again though. And we want a sentiment. I'm going to use one from a set I was using it earlier on another recording. Use a different one. So here's a bit of a sneak peek of a set that I'm using on Sunday's video. So just that smile in an envelope. Yep, let's see if we can get that to come out really bold. Yeah, it can be difficult, Jane, with on a camera, because things look so different sometimes than in real life. Let's go, because we're doing a sentiment here, let's use our embossing powder and make sure, standard static, sorry, make sure it doesn't stick. I just really like to think about different colours to you as well, and just different ways to use things. I get lots of inspiration, I don't know about you, from things like magazines, fashion magazines, home magazines, all that kind of thing. Sometimes in the shops or our clothes that we wear. Let's see whether this sticks properly now this time. That's better. Much better. Sending big hugs, Tracy. I really am so sorry that you've had such a bad year. I'm really hoping maybe 2021 will be a better one for you. There we go, that's much better and much brighter, isn't it? With the pink on the blue. You get that sparkle. It's just about getting the light right on it, isn't it? There we go, look. Much better. Smiling in an envelope. So let's pop that aside for a second. Now this should be dry. We can put the, let's go in with the dye. So like I say, I want to keep the blue. I want that to be like the colour of the card. So I'm going to just use the middle bit. A little bit of low tap tape. Yeah, Jane, do play around with your colours. Sometimes it's just a case of laying things out on your table. Sometimes look at those pieces of card that just sit there for ages. Look at what mediums you've got. Look at a colour wheel, look at a magazine, anything like that. Just to give you a bit of inspiration. And just try it out. And if it doesn't look great, then it doesn't matter, does it? Just try something else. So let's run that through. So that's the middle bit, but of course if you're just stamping onto your white card, your black card or whatever, if you wanted to cut out the whole wreath, that's fine. You can do that too. Just going to add a little bit of extra detail, now that's dry, with, I've got a black fine liner pen somewhere on this trolley. I can see it hiding. And I'm just going to go in and pick up some of the detail of like the little, these are permanent pens, so they should stand up. Just pick out a few little bits of detail. Might not pick up too much on the camera, but certainly in real life, when you add things like this, even if you're using your water-based pens or your alcohol pens, it is something that I like to do, and just go in and pick out. Or a white gel pen would look really good. In fact, I might have one here. Let's see. I can use the end bit of here just to test. That's it. I always find with white gel pens you have to get them going a bit first, don't you? What could we do? Let's maybe pop some detail on a leaf. Oh, see, that's standing out loads on the camera, more than it is in real life. How strange. Looks quite subtle to me, but then when I look up at the camera, it's really quite bright, that white. Once we hold it up as if it's standing up on a mantelpiece or something, it will give us a truer reflection, I think. Pop some detail on the top of these berries. I've been testing out some different gel pens actually. Is it something any of you used? Hi Sue, welcome, and anybody else. So yeah, I've just been stamping and embossing colouring in with the confetti inks in the gold, and we're just adding some detail with a white gel pen and a black fine liner. And this set, Hello Halo, is today's buy the stamp, get the die free on the Stamps by Me website and the Thirsty Brush website. Anybody else who's joined in late? So I'm just highlighting a few little bits. Sometimes it's just about having a play, isn't it? Jan, your Sakura pens are ages old and work perfectly. Yeah, I mean, I always hear different things from people about white gel pens. Some people love them, some people don't. I mean, it is a very different kind of texture and medium than another kind of marker. You know, it is gel. But I think once you get used to them and you know what to expect from it, but it's just the way they have to make white pigment is different. So I'm just adding some dots on this flower just to try and give it a little bit more definition. Let's do it on this one as well. So it kind of, I like to do things diagonals or opposites, and then it kind of draws your eye around the design. I think we're nearly there with the detail. Let's have a look. I know that's not on a card yet, but let's see how that looks over on that one. That's much better, isn't it? Now you can see the light on there and all that detail. So let's pop it on a card, and like I said, I'm going to mount it. I've got a black 5x7 card blank. I've got some gold metallic card here, so I'm thinking if that pops behind. Oh, Enid, you've just heard from Amanda. Her cat's gone missing. Oh, goodness. Goodness, I'm sorry to hear that. It's horrible, isn't it, when your pets go astray? I know I've had that a couple of times where a cat's disappeared. I think one of ours once went for about 6 days and we were distraught. So I really hope the cat turns up. I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl, but one thing that is good about cats is that they do tend to come back, you know. Sometimes if they're not feeling very well, they don't go and hide, don't they? Or we think, my cat, when she went missing, it was in the summer, and we think she crawled into somebody's garage or car or something, and got kind of locked in. But she was fine after, once she came back. So hopefully Amanda's cat will be as well. So I've cut this piece of metallic card slightly smaller. If you cut it exactly the same size as your panel that you're doing here, if you don't stick it down 100% straight, it's going to stick out. So I literally just did an extra mil smaller, just to give myself that extra bit of wiggle room, so I haven't got to be perfect. And I'm going to put that one on with some foam tape. Yes, look in people's sheds. Yes, you're absolutely right. Cars, sheds, garages, that kind of thing. Maybe she could pop a little sign in a window or on a fence or something to ask people local. That's what we did. Yes, Meg, do pass on all our prayers Enid and say that we're all thinking of her. My dog wasn't very happy this morning. My dog Horse, you know, it's got a silly name. And because of all the rain this morning, he really was not happy about going out to the toilet. He gave me a funny look as if to say, do I really have to go out there? Because it was absolutely chucking it down. And that was about 6 o'clock this morning, just as I was about to leave home. So yes, he wasn't very happy. Let's pop that on. Oop, no. Oh. So what did I say about having the wiggle room? I think it's going to have to stay because otherwise I'm going to rip it. But yeah, that's exactly what I meant. And then I've done the same thing. I find when I'm here, because I'm not directly over it because I don't want my head to be in the way. But that's fine. Let's trim down this so it can sit across the middle, do you think? I wonder if... No, it will overlap slightly, won't it? So let's stick it in place. I'm going to grab the trimmer because I think it could probably be a bit thinner. I don't want to cover up any more of that wreath than I have to. My Labrador hates the rain but loves swimming in puddles. Yes, Jason. They do love a puddle, don't they? Trying to be very, very careful here and just trim off the slightest bit without getting any of the words. I'm trying to get it straight. That's it. No, Liz, is it Liz? I'm always sticking things, okay. Anne, no, honestly, I stick it, unless I'm literally stood over it, I very often get things wonky. So there's me giving you guys tips and then doing it wrong. Doing it wonky myself. I'm thinking I would have liked actually that sentiment maybe on black to tie in with the back, but it's fine as it is. And I'm going to finish off. I'm absolutely full of teasers this week, so I'm really sorry if I keep showing you things that you can't buy yet. But loads of you have asked me for sequins and things, so those I thought, look at that, how that colour goes with the embossing powder. So they're not available yet, but they are coming. I'm just kind of testing them and choosing colours, and then we'll get them in. So I'm just going to add 5 little ones, looking at the sizes and all that kind of thing. That would work really well with, we just put metallic, but if you did a shaker as well, wouldn't it, these wreaths? If you like shaker cards and sequins, that would work lovely. Wonky donkey. Yes, Joe. Right then. I think I'm happy with that. Let's see how it looks when we hold it up to the light now. Yeah, that's that gold shine, isn't it? Which is much easier to see. And you kind of get 2 textures then of the gold with the watercolour and then that metallic card in the back. And I love that sentiment, smile in an envelope. I think that's from, yeah, A Hug for You, which is, if you want to see more of that set, have a look at Sunday's video for you. So that will be going out at 1 o'clock. And as always, I will be on the comments below. So some of you have said, yes, it's not the same as the live chat, just because we have to put it out there because it isn't live. But if you put a comment and then refresh, you will see when I reply, and you will see other people's comments on there as well. So we do still have a nice little chat. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do take care, everybody. Honestly, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And anybody who's not feeling quite well, I do hope you're feeling better soon. And I will see you Sunday at 1 o'clock. Take care.